See everybody. So the select star from employee. This is the data we have. Okay. This is the data we have. So my requirement is to copy data from employee table into EMP underscore 10. Copy the data from employee into EMP underscore 10 table. Okay, and 20 table. And then others table. Okay, so the select star from employee is the data we have, and then this is the table, 3 tables. Let's first delete the data into 3 tables. I already have the data, just I want to delete those 3 tables. Put it on mute please. Now I want to write a program to get the data from this table and insert. Okay, 3 tables. These are the data we have. So we need to load the data into these 3 tables. So this is the select statement which is going to return more than one row. So if a select statement is returning more than one row, we have to use cursor's concept. Let's write a program. Okay, first let's declare a cursor. So now the select star from EMP is my table. Okay, so now I need to open a cursor. Open C. Okay, now I need to execute a loop and loop. So data into EMP row table. I'm declaring a variable of EMP row here. EMP row. So EMP percentage row type is my table. Is a variable. Okay. So now I have the data in this variable. Okay. So now I need to check it. So how many rows I have in this variable? How many rows I have in this table for every fetch? How many rows I have in this variable for every fetch? Only one row. Okay. So now I want to check the value of department number column from this variable. So if EMP row dot department number is equal to 10. So then I want to insert into EMP10. Values EMP underscore row, EMP row. So this is called as the row insert. We have already seen in this one. So it's called as a EMP insert into EMP10 values EMP row. It's a insert. Now, so else if EMP row dot department number is equal to 20. So then insert into 20 values EMP row. Else, so if it is not equal to 10 or if it is not equal to 20, then insert into EMP others. EMP2. That's it. Okay. So now the sets are output on declare cursor C is select star from employee. So EMP row, EMP percentage row type, fetch C into EMP row, and if EMP row dot department number is equal to 10, so then EMP10, and else if department number 20 is equal to 20, then execute it. Why it is entering into the infinite loop? It's entering into the infinite loop because I don't have exit condition. You need to identify the issue immediately, so nobody is looking at my code. See, this is the open and this is the loop and this is the end loop, right? I did two mistakes here. So one is no exit statement in a loop, it enters into the infinite loop. And the second one is there is no close of a cursor. You need to identify exit when C percentage not found. I need to exit the found and then finally close C. Anonymous block completed. Now you can see the total rows in my employee table is EMP is total rows from employee table is 11. Total rows is 11. Select star from EMP underscore 10. This is only one. Twenty is 6. That's 6. So 6 plus 7 and it is a 5. Okay. Right, everybody? Everybody is clear? Yes or no, please? So Mahesh, did you see the difference between your code and my code? And Shravani, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shravani garu.
What sound bad what అంట ఎట్లా అదేమేం పడట్లే వినపట్లేదా
Okay, so the thing is, here we need to see every row we are getting here and we are checking the department number value in the each row, and based on the department number we are inserting the data into corresponding table, either 10, 20 or 30. Okay, everybody? Okay, anybody have any other doubts in the other concepts? Anybody before going into the another one? Yes or no, please?
1000 rows.
Sir, for EMP row.
Yeah, Japanese. Kiran, go ahead. Hello?
Sir, for EMP row, like if you give a bracket, what difference does it make?
Why you will give a bracket? First of all, this one you are talking about, right? EMP row? Here, right? Here? Where you want to give a bracket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here? In the declaration?
Like, after the values.
Here.
No, in the insert statement.
That's not a syntax, right? It's not a syntax, right? It's a, whenever you are giving a row, whenever you are giving a row insert, you should not put the bracket. Okay, you are violating the syntax.
Okay.
See, if you are giving the values, individual column values, you can give a column 1, comma, column 2, comma, column 3. But whenever you are giving a percentage row type of a table, so there is no syntax with the bracket. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Anybody, any other doubts?
Yes, sir.
Somebody saying 1000 numbers. What does that mean?
Inserting 1000 rows of data ఒకసారి చెప్పండి అది లాజిక్.
Okay. Inserting 1000 data into table, right? So now let a program insert data into number. Let's create a numbers table. Numbers. So first I want to create a 4 columns. I, number of 35, and I underscore I, that means I star I, number of 35, and I underscore I, number of 35, and I want to give a date of operation. That's a date column. So now I'm creating this table. Don't worry about the create table. We will come back to the SQL again. Okay. We'll come back to the SQL because the SQL we have not finished the SQL. It takes 10 more classes on the SQL. Okay. So I have the data. Now I want to insert the data into this table. So I want to give only 1000 rows. So I know the fixed value. So if you know the how many number of times a loop is going to execute, so which loop concept you will use? For loop. If you know the number of, okay, for I in 1 to 1000 loop and loop. Here insert into simple numbers. So I, comma I into I, or I into I, comma current date, system date, today's date. Sorry. Anonymous block completed. If you execute this one, so it will show you this one. See here. So 5, 25, 125, 2, 4, 8. Okay, here I am directly giving the three values, I into I into I into I. Or you can create a variables and you can store the results of these three into a variables inside a loop, and you can give in a values class. Clear, Shravani garu? Shravani garu, clear? Any doubts? Shravani garu? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Sir, ఇంకొక ప్రోగ్రామ్ మీరు అసైన్మెంట్ ఇచ్చారు. X numbers between M and N అని ఇచ్చారు సార్. M to N numbers లో
numbers are X number of X odd numbers.
Yeah, X odd numbers between M and N అని ఇచ్చారు.
X odd numbers between M and N. Mahesh, can you call Sweta and check it whether she is going to join or not? Set server output on. Okay. So first we need to prompt MNX. Declare, begin, end. So three variables I need to be declared. So the M N X. So M is for the starting number and N is for the end number and X is the this one. So for loop I need to use the for loop. We can write with the for loop also. For I in M to N loop and N loop. Okay. So now here we need to check it. If modulus of I comma 2 is equal to 1. So that means it's an odd number. Then dbms underscore output dot put underscore line I and print cnt is equal to cnt plus 1. So I'm checking the count. Ending. Now after this exit. So when cnt is equal to x, whenever cnt reaches x, that means after printing that many number of values and print x. Declare a variable cnt with 0. See, first thing is I'm declaring a three variables. One is for starting number and n is for the ending number. This is for x number of odd numbers. Now I want to know from I to m to n. So that means starting with I is equal to m, first value. And if I comma 2, modulus of I comma 2 is equal to 1. So that means it is the odd number. Then I'm printing that I. Okay, after printing, I'm incrementing that variable by 1 because I want to execute cnt is equal to cnt plus 1. Yes, implemented. And then and if finally use exit statement. Exit cnt underscore ex. So now I'm giving m is starting with 5 and ending with n. I want to print two odd numbers. It prints 5 and 7. Okay, sir, I did not get a chance to check an email. That's fine. Okay, Shravani, is it clear to you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Or we can write the same program with while loop also. Anybody have any other doubts in the assignments, please? Anybody?
While loop అయితే while loop condition ఏమని మెన్షన్ చేయాలి సార్?
Okay, let's see the program. Okay, first we need to declare I also. For I loop, we need to declare I. I is equal to 5. So where I need to start? I need to start with I is equal to m. First starts with m. Okay, why? I less than n. I less than n. That means 5. Enter into the loop. So exit when cnt is equal to x, I is equal to I plus 1. That's it. I less than n word. Because as long as this condition is true, so it executes this code. While loop executes this piece of code when this condition is true. So whenever I greater than n, so then it won't execute any condition. Okay, the same thing we will see. Starting with 1 and 90 and 10 odd numbers. Something. See 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 7. Okay. Anybody have any other doubts, please? Anybody, please let me know. Any other assignments? Anybody have any issues in any other assignments?
సార్ ఇంకొక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇచ్చారు 5 ఈవెన్ నెంబర్స్ బిట్వీన్ 1 and 100 అని ఇచ్చారు సార్. అది మీరు చెప్పిన ప్రోగ్రాము. అది ఇప్పుడు కండిషన్ i ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు i ప్లస్ 1 అనేది ఎండ్ ఇఫ్ లూప్ లోనే పెట్టినప్పుడు ఇన్ఫినిట్ లూప్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది సార్. అంటే i ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు i ప్లస్ 1 ఎగ్జిట్ తర్వాత డిఫైన్ చేస్తేనే అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది. ఎందుకన్నా
కంప్లీట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉందా మన ఏదైనా రాసి పంపిస్తాను, మాడిఫై చేసి పంపిస్తాను నీకు.
యా సార్, నేను మీకు మెయిల్ చేస్తాను.
నువ్వు రాసిన ప్రోగ్రామ్ నాకు మెయిల్ చెయ్యి, నేను దాన్ని కరెక్ట్ చేసి నీకు నేను పంపిస్తాను మళ్ళీ.
యా సార్.
Okay, any others have any issues? Divya, do you have that any issues? Divya. Anila, Ashok, Avinash, Divya, Harita, Kiran, Mahesh, Shalini, Shravani. Okay, let's start with the cursors again. Okay, so we have seen the parameterized cursors and we have seen the some examples. Now I'm changing the same. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what are the steps involved in these cursors? First thing is, so what are the steps involved in the cursor? First thing is we need to declare a cursor. Open. Third is to fetch. And fourth one is to loop until all rows
close cursor.
All rows has processor. And fifth one is okay. So close cursor. These are the compulsory we have to do. Okay, if we don't do any one of the step, the program is going to fail. Is there any way we can eliminate these steps? Okay, is there any way we can eliminate these steps? Yes. See, using cursor for loop, we can eliminate cursor steps. Cursor steps. We can eliminate open. We don't need to declare, and we don't need to fetch. We don't need to loop until loop automatically. The for loop it automatically executes the loop, and finally we don't need to close the cursor also. So we don't need to do all these steps as long as we are using a cursor for loop. So what are the advantages of a cursor for loop? But then why we have to use a cursor for loop? Using the cursor for loop, we can eliminate the process of opening a cursor. We don't need to open, and we don't need to execute any explicit fetch statement. We don't need to execute any explicit fetch statement. At the same time, we don't need to close the cursor. So we don't need to declare it. We don't need to we need to declare it. We don't need to open it. We don't need to loop until, and we don't need to close it. Automatically all the steps will be done by cursor for loop. Okay, everybody is clear the syntax of a cursor for loop, and we'll see the importance of the cursor for loop is it eliminates the sum of the steps. Using the cursor for loop, we can eliminate main steps. What are the main steps we can eliminate? Declare is required, and open, fetch, loop, and then close, because these are all the steps will be automatically performed by the cursor for loop. Okay, the syntax is for loop index in cursor name loop, and you can process any code here, and end loop. See example for I in C loop, and end loop. Simple. So here is I'm declaring a cursor. C is select star from EMP. Select star from EMP. Okay, cursor C is a C. So now C is the select statement. C is the cursor name, and I is the loop index variable. So here no need to declare I. No need to declare I. I will be C percentage row type data type. C percentage row type data type. Automatically I will be C percentage row type data type. So the no need to declare I, and I will be C percentage data type. Loop and end loop. So here we can say everything. So what are the advantages of this one? So we don't need to open, we don't need to fetch, we don't need to terminate the loop also. In the loop and end loop, we need to exit the loop. See here, we need to exit the loop. We don't need to exit it. We don't need to open it. Okay, so we don't need to fetch it, and we don't need to exit this one. So automatically we don't need to close this one. Let's modify the same program with this one. So the advantages, it's always better to use a cursor for loop. As long as you know the data, that is always better. Select star from EMP. So for I in C and loop and end loop. So now if I'm writing the same program with this one, if I dot department number is equal to 10, so then insert into EMP values of I will be C percentage row type. Else if I dot department number is equal to 10, so then insert into EMP values of I. Here IMP 10 and here IMP 20. Else if else insert into emp underscore others values I. That's it. Simple program. See here for I in C, I'm checking the condition for I in C. Okay. So now if I dot department number is equal to 10, I'm printing this I dot department number. So I will be C percentage row type. C percentage row type. C is nothing but a complete row, complete columns of a employee. C percentage row type. Okay. Anybody have any doubts in this one? Anybody have any doubts in this program? So the cursor for loop. Cursor for loop is a different way of executing a all rows from the cursor. We don't need to fetch, we don't need to open, we don't need to exit the condition also, because it automatically performed by the cursor for loop. See, what are the disadvantages of here? We have to write a code. First thing is we have to write a code, and the second thing is if you fetch data from a cursor without opening. See here, I forgot to open the cursor, so I'm trying to fetch it. So there is a chances of failure of your program. So I don't want to happen those type of the failure. See here, if the cursor is not open, that's fine. It will continue the program execution without any error, because Oracle try to execute it. But if we try to fetch the cursor without opening, we will get an error in this explicit cursor. But so without opening, there won't no fetch here. So for every row, so automatically C is going to execute all the data. Active set I is a variable of C percentage row type. It automatically gets every row from this employee table, from this cursor. Anybody have any doubts, please? Anybody have any doubts, please?
ఎల్సిఫ్ లో డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నెంబర్ 10 ఎందుకు ఇచ్చారన్న?
20 అమ్మాది. Okay, that's my spelling mistake. Okay, anybody have any doubts, please? Clear, yes or no? Okay, let's see. So now let's see. So when the cursor is going to execute here, when the select statement is going to execute, so the select statement is going to execute, so when you open a cursor. Okay, so now I'm modifying the same program with attributes. Today also we will see the cursors. Tomorrow we will start the different concept. Okay, so now I don't want to insert the data into all three tables. Based on the department number, I want to execute. So I want to declare a variable. So v underscore department number. So emp dot department number percentage type. Okay, so now here is v underscore department number is equal to, so v underscore department number ampersand of department number. Yes, I'm prompting. So now I'm declaring a cursor with parameter. This is my parameter number, parameter type. So the p department number is the parameter name and number is the type. There is no default value. So if there is no default value of cursor, so then compulsory we have to pass a value to it. So then when can I pass a value? When during the opening of a cursor. Whenever we are opening a cursor, we will pass a parameter. So now here I am opening and I am passing the department number. V underscore department number. So now if V underscore department number is equal to 10, then execute this here. If V underscore department number is equal to 20, execute I into here. So that's it. The same program with the parameters. The problem here is the select statement retrieves only the data belongs to your department number only. So what I'm trying to say here is, even though in cursor for loops also you can pass the parameters. So you can pass the parameters in the explicit cursor, along with we can pass the parameters in your cursor for loops also. Anybody have any doubts, please? Anybody have any doubts, please? Anybody, please? Okay, so now I'm going to simplify it more. Okay, please execute these programs. I'm not executing here. Please execute these programs. I'm trying to simplify the statement more. So I'm trying to avoid the complete declaration itself. See, I'm not declaring the cursor here. So here, instead of C, I'm putting the select statement, which is also possible. That's it. This is also possible using a query in the cursor name. So here we are using, this is also possible using a select statement directly in cursor name, in place of cursor name. Okay, this is also correct. There is no issues. We can use either, we can declare a cursor, or we can, instead of cursor name, we can give the select statement directly. Anybody have any doubts? There is no difference. There is no different. There is no performance improvement. There is no performance degrade. But you can use the both way, how you are comfortable. If the select statement is a single, you can write it here. But if the select statement contains the 10 or 15 tables join in the long select statement, it's better to declare as a cursor. Anybody have any doubts, please? Anybody have any doubts, please? Anybody, please? Mahesh, no. Anila, Divya, Harita, Shalini. Let me know if you are not clear anything. Shravani Garu, Kiran. Everybody is clear? This is the way. Okay. Now I want to give an assignment. Okay, I'm not. This is not assignment. Just I want to write another program before going into the another concept of cursors. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I want to print like this for every department number. For every department number. Okay. See, for every department number. I need to find, we need to find EMP, department name, department EMP count. Okay, we need to write, we need to find, so number of employees in the department, average salary in the each department, max and minimum salary in each department. Minimum sal in each department. How do you write a program in each department? How do you write a program to find this information for every department? For example, department number 10. So the find number of employees is 1. For example, maximum average salary is 2450 and maximum salary is 5000. Okay, and minimum salary is also 3000. Like this. So minimum salary and department number 20. We need to find 6. 4500 and 10,000. This is the whole example figures, and this is not the accurate information. And the minimum salary is 2500. I need to write a PL SQL program to find number of employees for each department. Number of employees, average salary, and maximum salary and minimum salary. Can anybody write the program here? Can anybody direct me to write this program? Anybody have any doubt? Any issues? Yes or no, please? Anybody? Can anybody write this program? Can anybody write a program? Set server output on? Yes. Yeah, go ahead. So declare, begin, end. For every department number, I need to find number of employees, average salary, maximum and minimum salary in each department. How can I write this program? I need to display. How? For I in select star from employee, Okay. Next, for I in, select star from employee, loop and end loop. Next. Next, if I dot department number is equal to 10, then Kiran garu, Shravani, Shalini, Anila, Harita, Mahesh. See, for every department number we need to find count is equal to count plus 1. But how do you find the average salary, maximum salary and minimum salary each? Somebody wrote a program. In select count of star, that correct one. See, why you are checking the count greater than 0? I need it for every department number. Shalini,
Okay, Anna.
I need that information for every department number. See, why you are checking the count, right? Count is not required to check it.
Okay.
This is count of star, average salary, minimum salary, maximum salary from EMP group by department. Okay, Ashok, if I execute this query, how do you identify what department it is? See, the first record is belongs to which department? The second row is belongs to which department? Ashok. Harita. For I in, select count of star from. Okay, let's execute this one. For I in, select count of star. Yes, the same case here also. If I execute the program, okay, how can I identify which department? See, first row belongs to which department, then second row belongs to which department, third row belongs to which department. How can I identify? Shravani, maximum salary, V department, max up salary, minimum salary, average salary from count into V maximum salary department. See, it is printing for a given department, but I want it print for every department. Shravani garu. Shravani garu, clear? I want to print that information for every department, not for a particular department. Okay, you are printing for a particular department, but I want it for every department. And Kiran garu, where is your program? Divya, did you try it? Anila, Avinash. See, we can do like this. Set server output on. See, if we use the Anila. If you are getting the data for only for a particular department number where department number is equal to 10. Okay. If you already have a one department number, you don't need to group by in the same value. Whether you group by or not, you will get the same information. See here. You are getting for only one row. group by also, you will get the same information, right? So whenever you have a where condition with the department number is equal to 10, you don't need the group by. If you have a multiple departments, then you can have the group by. Okay. Let's see. Kiran garu Meeru. Kiran. Kiran.
సార్ అక్కడ సేమ్ సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని కెన్ వి యూజ్ లూప్ ఆఫ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నెంబర్ ఈక్వల్ టు
What do you mean by loop of department?
Can we put department number in loop and the select statement inside the loop and execute it?
Right, try it, write it. Group by department. Say department number, comma, count of star, employees, average salary, maximum salary. So I'm giving the names to it, AVG cell, and I'm giving a cell max cell and min cell. Okay, so let's see, let's execute this query. So for department now, I can get that information for each department and employees, average salary, maximum salary, and minimum salary. So now for I in C, loop and end loop, print that information. Department number, I dot department number, details. Okay, so here I am printing I dot employees, employees. I'm printing I dot IVG cell, just I'm printing everything in single line. I dot max cell, I dot min cell. That's it. Department number 30, details 515802850 52175 3000 8000. Okay, everybody, see here, I'm executing a query to get that information group by. So now I'm printing that information. That's a simple. Okay, so now I'm going to modify the same program in a different way. Is everybody is clear? Everybody is clear? Please, everybody is clear or not? Yes or no, please? Okay, super. Let's see. I want to write the same program in a different way. Okay, so now I want to execute inside a loop another select statement. Set server output on. These are the cases. Sometimes we have to write that one also. Output on, declare. Mahesh, following? Mahesh. Okay, so now I'm declaring a cursor. Cursor C is select star from DEPT. So now I'm getting from every department number. So from for I in C, loop and end loop, loop and end loop. Now here I want to find maximum salary and everything. Select count of star, comma, max of cell, ABG of cell, comma, max of cell, comma, minimum of cell, into emp count, comma avg cell, comma max cell and min cell from emp where department number is equal to this cursor dot department number. Okay, so now I'm print that information. IDA department and average salary is emp count and avg salary, maximum salary, minimum salary. So now declare a variable for those variables. Emp count, max cell, emp dot salary percentage type, and minimum cell emp dot salary percentage type, and avg cell emp dot cell percentage type. Okay, so inside a loop I'm executing a select statement by passing a cursor value. This is also example. In the real time we will use these type of examples more. There is no 40, there is no 1 and there is no 2. I don't have any information for these three. Proceed 10, 20, 30. So 1 and everything is clear. Okay, everybody is clear? This program is clear? Yes or no? I'm getting the department number from department table and I'm executing inside a loop the select statement. Okay, everybody is clear? First let me know one by one. Ashok, Mahesh, Avinash, Shravani, Divya, Kiran Garu and Madda. Everybody is clear? Okay. What is the difference between above query and above program and this below program? So which one is the best out of these two? Any guesses? Just guess it. So out of these two programs, so which one is the better? So Anila says the second, Divya says second, Shalini says second, Harita says first one, Avinash says first one, Mahesh says first one, Ashok first one, next Kiran second one, Shravani. Now let's forget about the two tables or three tables. My question is first, which one is the better? First one or the second one? Okay, let's see. So Anila, why did you say the second one is the best? Anila, why did you second one is accurate? So why you are saying it is accurate? It's covering department number 40 and okay, so that is one. Okay, so the second one. So why you other people say the first one is correct? And it is the direct fetch. Okay, let me modify the program. Let me modify this select statement slightly. I'm using the join concept. Oh, sorry. I have a two group bys. Okay. So now execute this program. I modified the program and I'm printing that information. So now I will get the So now I'm getting covering for others also, 1, 2, 10, 40 also. Now tell me, which one is the best one, the first one or the second one? So now Anila, any change in your mind? First one. So others, Divya, so which one is the correct in these two? Harita, Shalini, Shravani, so which one is the correct in these two programs? Harita, Divya, first one. Shalini, Kiran Garu, which one is the correct out of these two programs? Guys, please respond. Harita, Shalini, Shravani, Mahesh, Avinash, Ashok. Hello?
Second one, I think second one. No.
Second one is Shalini. Mahesh is the first one. And others, Harita. Shravani is first one. See, writing program, and we need to consider how efficient we are writing is also very important. Okay, let's see why the first one is better or the second one is the better. Whoever says the second one, so can you please guess your answer why it is the second one is better? Why the second one is the better? Whoever says the second one is the better, why you people say the second one is better? Why second one is better?
Everything.
Even in first ones also we are getting everything, right? For first one also we are getting for the department number 1, department number 2 and 40 also. Shalini, okay. And the second one, second question. Mahesh, why did you say the first one is correct? Mahesh.
We are using two tables, department number and EMP, to check the records, and then we are printing the max and min SAP.
See, let's forget about the one table or two tables. Okay, so first one is a better. First one is the better. Why? Because why it is fast processing? Because how many select statements we are executing here? How many select statements we are executing? Only one in the first one. But how many select statements we are executing here? Total select statements? How many select statements we are executing? Not two. See, this is one, department number is 1, and this select statement is executing in a loop for every record in DEPT. So that means I have 6 records. How many records I have? I have 6 records. That means, so the 6 times the same query is executing. So I can write a code to get my all information in a single select. So that means executing select is only once. But in the second program, the same logic, I'm writing a program to execute 6 times. Do you really want to execute the same query 6 times? No, that's not the good. That's why it's always better to execute efficiently. So efficient, this is the best program. Okay, so we need to write, before writing the code itself, never ever write unnecessary code. See, so what is unnecessary code here? These variables are not required, whether you use or not. Variable does not much impact any performance, but the select statement will impact the performance. Here we have a 14 rows in my employee table, that is fine. But if you have a 1 billion rows in my employee table, how it is going to impact? So do you want to execute this average, count, max and minimum from a table with 1 billion rows 6 times? That's really bad. It will give you a bad way. This is not good way of writing a program. Everybody is clear following or not, please? And today's class and tomorrow's class is very, very important for the following next two classes. See, procedures, functions, and packages. We will use cursors, we will use control structure, we will use tomorrow's exception handling in that one. We won't use any other code other than this one. So you need to be good at SQL, insert, select, update and everything, and you need to good at the control structure, procedures, functions, sorry, exception handling, cursors and all the stuff before moving into the procedures and functions. Procedures and functions packages, it's just a matter of 2 days. But if you don't know this cursor, if you don't know the control structure, if you don't know how to use the SQL inside a PL SQL, if you don't know the SQL, you are not going to write any of the procedures, functions and packages. Okay, please practice one more time. So still I'm pending for the cursors for tomorrow's class. Please practice multiple assignments, multiple programs. Okay, everybody is clear? We'll continue tomorrow at 8 o'clock with remaining. We have another half an hour class for cursors and 1 hour class for exception handling. Tomorrow we will finish both. Exception handling is a very small topic, but it's very important topic. So everybody is clear how to write a, see, writing a, everybody write a program on it. That's not a problem. Say writing a program is not rocket science. If you know the Google, if you know the syntaxes, we can write a program, but efficient way of writing. Okay, that is a very important. So if you want to write a program efficiently, we need to know the concepts very clearly. Programs we can write any number of times, but the concept is very important. Where to use the group, where to use the group by, where to use the having. Okay, how many times we need to execute the select statements. Those are needs to be carefully handled. Okay, clear? Okay, let's stop the recording.